من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين مولانا أبي القاسم محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كل نفس ذائقة الموت آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. My brothers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this volume 2, part number 40, we'll continue with the rules of burial and we'll inshallah discuss and try and complete even the recommended acts of burial. Right, it is not permitted to bury a Muslim in a place that would be disrespect to his iman, to his personality, to his category, meaning you do not bury a person near a rubbish area like we have Kibarani rubbish. We cannot bury, it is not allowed. And places where people throw their dirt or places where the sewage passes, it is haram to bury a person in that place. Right. Many a times we hear that people have been buried into a grave, like in Dar es Salaam. They have a problem with an area of burial, and the area there is quite limited. So because of space which is limited, what they do, they exhume the old graves and bury the other bodies there. It is only allowed when a good number of years have passed and the bodies have decomposed and there are no signs of the bodies left. At that time it is allowed to bury in such a place. You can exhume that grave and bury somebody else there. But until then, it is not allowed. Now they have a time limit, for example, and they have probably, I think, 15 or 20 years. If the grave is older than 15 years or 20 years, then they bury into that grave. Sorry, it's 10 years. So 10 years, that's what they say. But then if they find that the body is still fresh, then they, of course, they cover it back. But if it is exhumed and there is no sign of the body down there, then they bury somebody else in that body. Right. If a person dies or falls into a well and he dies inside the well and we can't exhume, we can't remove the body, then the requirement is to seal that well and that well will become his grave. You cannot use or you cannot draw water out of that well. You have to cover the well and leave the body inside that well. That will be his grave. You have to seal it up. Right. If a child or a baby has died in the mother's womb, the baby is dead, the mother is alive. But of course there is harm that is going to be caused to the mother. So we are allowed to remove the baby in a way ensuring that the mother's life is protected, even if the baby has to be cut into pieces. Even if the baby which is dead is cut into pieces to ensure that the mother's life is safe, we are allowed to do that. Right, for example, if the mother is dead and the baby is alive, and if the doctors say by removing this baby, probably the baby will live for 2-3 hours, it will die. There are no chances for the baby to live. Even then it is compulsory to remove the baby. Even if the chances of survival for the baby are limited, meaning that albeit it can live only shortly, for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, after removing the baby from the mother's womb, it is still compulsory to remove it, because life and death is not in our hands. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decides. Probably somebody can live. We may say this person is going to die soon or anytime soon. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, out of His wisdom, He knows whom to keep alive and whom to take to him. So it is important that, or it is compulsory that a baby which is alive in a mother's womb and the mother is dead has to be removed in any way possible to ensure that the baby survives. Right. We come to the recommended acts of burial. One of the most important things we see that whenever we take a coffin or a janazah next to the grave, we keep it thrice on the ground before we lower the body into the grave. People do ask, what is this? Does it make sense that you bring the coffin once, you lower it, you wait for a few seconds? Unfortunately here, we try and hurry it up. It's not supposed to be hurried. We're supposed to wait, give it some time, a few moments, a few seconds, okay? Recite salawat, recite some dua, recite istighfar, okay? And then you lift the body, keep it down again for the second time, lift the body again, keep the third time next to the grave, and then on the fourth time is when you lower the body. Why is that so? Imams were asked Masumin and they say, alayhimus salam, that the person does not wish to go into its grave. We make the person acquainted to that grave. It is a new place. Instead of taking the body straight to the grave and lowering it, you're making it acquainted to that grave that this is your new abode. This is a place that you're going to live. It gets used to it because the soul is alive. The soul doesn't die. The body is lifeless, but the soul is next to the body. And the soul sees all this. And inshallah, in our volume 3, where we are now going to concentrate absolutely on barzakh, the state of the soul, how the soul is going to behave there, what life is there in the grave, what life is there in the hereafter. Inshallah, that should come in volume number 3. We are left with about 2 or 3 sessions in this volume number 2, and then inshallah we shall proceed to volume number 3. Right. The difference between a male and a woman, how to bury a male and how to bury a woman. When you take the male, on the third time when you keep it down on the floor, on the ground, then the male should be kept in such a way that its head is at the feet of the grave. At the foot of the grave is where you keep the head of the male, and then you lower it from the head inside the grave. For a woman, the third time when you keep down, it should be on the side of the grave, so that when you lower the body is directly facing Qibla as you turn it. But for a man, you keep it at the leg side or at the feet of the grave or the foot of the grave. You lower the body, you turn the body whilst you're lowering to face Qibla. This is the difference between lowering a man and a woman.
Why is this?
Yes?
Why is the difference?
The difference is that when you lower the body of a woman from the side, the chances of holding the body, okay, are less, in the sense that you may not, have the body sliding with the man holding the body and lowering it. When it is at the foot, when you move the body, it is going to exchange so many hands before it reaches the lahad down there. So that is why on the side you have the mahram who is going to lower the body. Fewer people will be required to lower that body, and that is why it is kept on the side. That makes sense, that if it is lowered from the foot, so many people will exchange hands to lower the body into the grave. And while you're lowering the body of a woman, there should be a cloth covering it so that her profile, her body is not seen by others. But unfortunately, we are so curious, we are so inquisitive. Even under that cloth, we want to see what is happening. Many of us who are not mahram will come close to the grave, we want to see what is happening. It's a mahram. There's none of our business to see what is happening down there. Those people who are involved in that duty, they are doing it. And some of them who are now mahram, who are going down, sometimes they are going not because of their own will. It is at times they are forced to do it because the mahram is not there. However, the requirement of doing all this is for the mahram. But if the mahram is not there, then the na-mahram can lower the body and keep it on the ground. Now, when you are keeping the body in the lahad, the wajibat is to make the body face Qibla, the front. But from the other mustahabats, the body should be kept in such a way that there should be a pillow of earthen, a pillow of earth, a pillow of soil under the head. That pillow has to be formed either prior to lowering the body, when the grave is being dug, then the pillow is made. You will see most probably here, and most of the graves or all of the graves, we have the pillows made from, in advance whenever the grave is being dug. At the same time, after doing that, we have to open the knots of the coffin. So all those threads have to be opened, or the ties have to be untied, the knots have to be untied, and open the face and make sure that you put another part or little bit of soil under the cheek of the dead body. Now that one, for example, if it is a na-mahram, then it is important that the mahram does it. And if the mahram is not there, then there is no need to open all that and doing something which could be guna, because you may touch the dead body, you may touch the skin, and it is not your mahram. So you can avoid it, you can keep it under the coffin, it is fine. Or you can just pour soil without looking at the face, that is okay. But going there and touching the cheek, touching the face and keeping the soil, that is not allowed at all, and it is becoming now haram to touch a dead person who is not mahram of ours. Right? When we are lowering the body, it is important. In fact, it is something that should be kept in mind all the time, that the body has to be lowered gently. We have to respect the body. We have to respect the person. It is not that now, Ya Allah, we've reached the grave, higher, let's do it and let's get it lowered quickly and we finish our job. No, it is important that it is lowered slowly and gently. Inshallah, we shall continue from tomorrow, or from inshallah Saturday, where we have to discuss about talqeen. I will mention what talqeen means and what do we recite during talqeen. Salu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.